Hi guys, in today's video we'll learn how to create a custom drop menu. If you have any question, let me know in a comment. I'll be happy to help. I hope you like it and have a nice day. First thing, I have already created model and list of model. Will be type of data model. In our model we have three values: icon name and title and destination. The destination is of type any view, which means you can pass any view you want to display. We will use destination later with navigation to display the view you want. Now we have this array. We have 4 different items inside the array. Each one have an icon and the title and destination. Let's start with displaying all the items inside the list 1 by using for each. We need to add an ID. Now we have only the title, so I need to display the icon and the title. I need an haystack. I need to move this to the haystack, so to make this for all items. And I will give a binding from the side for the haystack. As you see, the title is not a line. That is because the icons, each icon have different size. So I need to make sure all the icons have same size. I will add the frame to this icon. I don't need VStack, I want to do it inside a ZStack. Now we can see just one item because all the items on top each other. But on the finishing amp, when you click on the list, the items come out one by one, and click again will disappear one by one. So how to make the items look like VStack is by using offset. For example, the first item will be offset 30, the second will be 60, the third will be 90, and the fourth will be 120. But how we can give each item a different offset is by using indices. On the for each, we do dot indices. So what is indices? Indices is a function give for each item inside the list a number. For example, the first number will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4. So now we can see the items like this, just a number 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can use this number to create our offset, and the animation will be, for example, like this. 1, the item 1 will have offset 30, the item 2 will have offset 60, and third 90, 120. On indices, to display the data is little bit different. We need to call list1 and give it an array, the item dot icon. We give it here self. We do the same for the title. So now let's use the numbers and add offset for each item. After the background, I will add an offset by y direction to the top on the bottom. We still inside the for each, that means we can use the numbers. Item multiply 55. Now we have a v stack. What is item multiply 55? As you know, we have used indices. This means these items is just the numbers. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. And here is number 1 multiply 55. It's just like this. Item 2 multiply 55 is 110, and 3 and 4. Number 4 have 220 offset, the last one, and this one have 165 because 3 multiply 55. I think is 85 is good. Yeah, so let's start to create the animation. So first thing, I need a state. I will name it shows list. Will be false by default. I will add on top gesture to the for each with animation. On the offset, if show is true, I want have an offset 85, else will be only 8. I will just copy this and say show list is it true, will have 85, else will have only 8. If we tap on the list, but is one problem. As you see, this one will come up top, but we have a problem. This item will come on up top this item, and this one will be on top this one on top this. But I don't want this. I want reinforce. The animation is work fine, but we have one problem, is the second item is come up top the first item, and the second come up top the second, and the third up top the third one. and I don't want this. I want reverse this. I want this, the second will be behind the first, and the third will be behind the second, and the fourth will be behind the third one. So how we do this? We do this by using z-index. After on tab gesture, we tap z-index. We need to pass a CG-float type. Will be the item multiply -1. Now, as you see, is reverse. So what is z-index? I want to create a new view to explain what is z-index. If you already know, you can just skip this. Let's create two rectangles inside the z-stack. The first one will be red and the second will be yellow. So this one is the first, is behind the yellow. So we can't see the red one, but I want the red one will be the first. So I do z-index 1. Now we can't see the red one because we make it the first one. That is for z-index. And we did the same for the items. On the finishing up, as you see, we have an opacity. More and more, one by one, and this one is big, and the second one is smaller, smaller, and smaller. We can do this by using scale effect. So let's add the opacity first. On the background, I want to add an opacity. If shows true will be 1, else we need a double volume. Item multiply by 0.3. We can see it because it's a start from the 1, 2, 3, 4, but we need reverse from 4, 3, 2, 1. Deleting this, we say 1, negative, double, item, multiply 0.3. Let's add the scale effect. The scale offset will be just the same, so I will just copy this. Right now we have on tap gesture inside the for each. That means if I tap one of the item will open. If I tap, for example, on this one will close. I don't want this. I want just one item, or here just a button can open and close the list. So I will delete on tap gesture. I will just paste the UI. Is very simple, just the haystack with the icon, title, and here the color. We give it a frame, same as this one, the same UI. We have a color, padding, frame, everything the same, but with a different color, so just to see it easily. But now we can't see it because it's behind this view. So let's make this z-index 1. And I want to add this Z stack to the V stack so we can push it all to the top. Let's add same colors. So now if I tap on this icon only, will open. If I tap here or here, is nothing happen. Tap again. Nice. We can see only three. The first one behind the title, we need an offset to push it a little bit to the bottom. After the for each, I will add an offset. Show list is it true will be, I think 60, else will be 0. Let's make it 58. Yeah. So now I want to make this view reusable so we can make multiple different lists in one view. So first things, we need to pass in a list of items and a title for for this button. We need to pass an icon and a title. So I want to just comment this. We need first thing starting with icon. And the second thing, we need the title. Will be also string. And we need the color so we can have each list different color of type color. And we need the array. Will be data model list. I will just name it also list 1, so we don't need to change anything over here. Of type array of data model. So let's add the icon to the icon. Add the title. Color. And we add the color over here too. I would just comment this. We don't need this view anymore. Comment B, make sure there's no errors. Oh yeah, I need to create a new view. I will call it just home view. And I will delete this. But I need this array. Cut this. I'll paste it over here. Let's change the name for the content view, name it to drop menu. Let's go back to the home view. We can now just call drop menu. As you see, we can pass an icon, title, color, This will be for the icon. Will be messages. It's worked just fine. Now we have one list. Let's create two lists inside the VStack. We change the color. You see, we have a problem. This list is take 50% of the view and this one will take 50%. But I want by default, will the list have height 70? So we go to the drop menu on the VStack. We say if show is true, we will have 300, else will be 70. We push it all to the top. Let's have both have 70 height. But what if this one have 8, not 4? What will happen? Let's see. This one will be behind because we have height only 300. So what I want to do is give each drop menu different height. We make a new variable. And make sure of type CG float. This height. We go to the home view and we give it the height. So I want to copy this, make this one 8. Change the name to the 2. The first one have 8 items, so we make it 600, and this one 300. Oh, 600 is too much. Let's make it 500. This one is good. And the second one. We need to embed this inside scroll view. Now let's start working on the navigation link. So when we open one of the list, let's say we tap on this one, should we navigate to other view? We need to go back to the drop menu, we add the navigation link to the for each. So on the for each, navigation link, destination and label. So for destination will be item.destination, and the label will be this haystack. I will just cut and paste over here. But we need the offset and scale effect should be outside the label. If we go back to the home view, if we tap on this one, oh, we need to add a navigation stack. also the second one. So on the any view, you can pass in any view. For example, we have this test view. We can also just add this to the first item. I would just make this just 4, and we add the test view. The second one, as you see, we can see the test view. And this one, make it 300. The app is almost finished, but we have one problem. As you see, if we click inside the messaging shape, we'll just open and close the view. But if we tap a little bit on the bottom, we'll navigate to other view, because what we're doing is tapping one of these views. So I need to make sure, like, everywhere I tap will just open the list, not navigation. So on the drop menu, after the background, I will add the frame 100 and content shape. So now if we click a little bit to the bottom, is nothing happen, we'll just open the list. We go more little bit to the bottom, as you see, and we can do navigation normal.